Hi guys, welcome back to Rad's Retreat, Rad's in the house. This is another Robert Sorby sovereign gouge. This time we've got Robert Sorby's handle on it. Now, it's a nice handle, you know, they're a nice quality handle, but I prefer making my own, to be honest. I've got a couple. I've got this one and a 1/4 inch in this sovereign, you know, the titanium nitride coated ones that have got Sorby's handles, but from now on I'll be buying them unhandled and making my own handles. In the previous video to this you saw the 1/2 inch one, which I did actually make my own handle for. It's beautiful as well, really nice handle. It's a bit of a close-ish copy of the crown handle, which is this one. I now make a handle which is very close to that. I'll just show you again. That's my interpretation of it. Makes a really nice handle. So from now on I will be buying these unhandled. But they make a smashing gouge. They're more expensive, slightly more expensive, but because you're not sharpening them as much, they should last substantially longer. And of course, you know, if it lengthens the trips between sharpenings, that's a good thing, because it lets us do more wood turning. Lets us keep gouge on wood rather than gouge on stone, or gouge on abrasive, you might say. Right, this is a 3/8 gouge. If you're just wanting to get into wood turning and you're looking for a good bull turning gouge to start with, I would recommend 3/8. A 3/8 gouge would be a good size. Not too little, not too big. Just a nice size. But you couldn't go far wrong with the Robert Sorby sovereign one. They look really good, but of course how they look is of no consequence. It's how they perform. Well, these perform very well. The coating that's on them for wear resistance, you know, for toughness, isn't far behind tungsten carbide. So it really does work. They do last long between sharpenings. Right, there's another bull gouge I want to show you, and this one's one of my favourite ever bull gouges. Right guys, this is a bit of a large bull gouge. It's made by Henry Taylor, this one. I'm usually a big Robert Sorby fan, but this one's Henry Taylor, because I think they're both equally as good as each other. This one's actually the Mike Mahoney signature gouge. Now, I didn't buy it because it had Mike Mahoney's signature on it. I didn't buy it because it had Mike Mahoney's grind on it. In fact, as soon as I got it, I took his grind off and ground my own grind onto it, which I use. What I got it for is because it's made out of 2060 high-speed steel. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this light. It actually says ASP high-speed steel 2060. Now, if you're looking for a gouge that's going to last a long time between having to take it to the grinder, this gouge is it. This thing lasts substantially longer than standard M2 steel, than standard M2 high-speed steel. It's I mean, it is a high-speed steel, but it's just a lot tougher. This thing lasts, I would say, between it lasts at least twice as long between sharpenings, at least. It's brilliant. If I could get all my gouges made out of this, I would be a very happy man. It's really is fantastic. I know Henry Taylor used to make the entire gouge range, right from 1/4 of an inch right up to I think this one's 3/4. Excuse me. And but unfortunately they don't make them anymore, or I think this is the only one they do make now, the Mike Mahoney signature gouge that's still in 2060, because they were more expensive, less people bought them, and of course if people don't buy them, then it's, you know, there's no profit to be made in them. But they absolutely, it really does last a lot longer. I mean, the gold ones, which I've just shown you, the Robert Sorby Sovereign ones, last substantially longer, but this thing lasts well in advance of what they do. You know, if they last 75% longer, this thing lasts twice as long, at least twice as long. It's a really tough steel. Keeps its edge like no other gouge that I've got, certainly. Brilliant. Highly recommend it. But as I say, the first thing I did once I got it home was take it to the grinder and take Mr. Mahoney's grind off and put my own on. It was just the steel I was after, not Mr. Mahoney's signature and his grind. But the handle's nice as well. It doesn't look a comfortable handle, that, but it's actually a very, very comfortable handle. I didn't think it would be, but it is. Right, we'll move on to another one, shall we? But if you can get hold of them, 2060 steel. Brilliant stuff. Now, there is another one coming on. There is a new alloy that's come on the market that you guys in the States can get. We can't seem to get hold of it yet. Something like CRV something or other. Is it CRV 14 or something like that? That's really good from what I've heard. I would love to give that a try. But as of yet, this is probably my toughest ball gouge. It's a real brute of the gouge. You know, if you've got some wood that's not behaving like it should do, this thing usually sorts it out. But the edge, it just holds an edge like something out of this world. It's brilliant. Right, we'll move on. Here we have a little Henry Taylor 1/4 inch gouge. Good quality, can't knock Henry Taylor, brilliant quality. It's just a standard grind on it. I've got two 1/4 inch gouges. I have a Robert Sorby with a fingernail grind on it, and I have a Henry Taylor with a standard grind on it. I don't really know why I put a fingernail grind on this, because let's be honest, how often do you take advantage of a fingernail grind on a 1/4 inch gouge? Not very often. But anyway, I've got the choice of either now. But Henry Taylor, very, very good quality. You know, if you're starting into wood turning and you want to, you know, you're interested in buying some new gougers, get yourself either Henry Taylor or Robert Sorby. That's if you're in the UK. Don't bother with Crown. I've had Crown and they're not in the same league as these two. They're not there, you know. They're cheaper, and they're cheaper for a reason, because they're not as good a tool. It's as simple as that. Having said that, I have got Crown tools. I've got plenty of Crown tools, and the reason is because Crown makes tools that no other manufacturer makes, so therefore you have to buy Crown. So, but now I don't buy the gougers. I don't buy the bowl gougers, and I don't buy Crown spindle gougers anymore, because they're not. I don't know whether it's, I mean, they're using M2 steel, but it must just be the heat treatment that's not the same as what Henry Taylor or Robert Sorby use. They just don't last between sharpenings the same length of time. Right, we'll move on. We'll get on to, I'll end this video and we'll move on to spindle gougers, spindle roughing gougers, I think, guys, next, on the next video, if you'd like to join me for that. Yeah, spindle roughing gougers, and then we'll move on to spindle gougers themselves. So if you'd like to join me for that, guys, I would be very pleased. Take care in your workshop, guys. Take care of those fingers, eyes and lungs. You can't do much wood turning if you can't breathe. Right, I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Take care. Bye bye now.